is every person who is of the right age and the right sex acceptable as part of the minyan? By that I mean, what if there's a person who flaunts the laws of the Torah? What if there's a person who is not interested in keeping the mitzvot at all? What of him? What if he comes to shul because there's a bar mitzvah or some other family event and he's there early and you want to start and say Kaddish? Is he part of the minyan? Or is he perhaps excluded because he actually excludes himself from that minyan? So the Shulchan Aruch in Nun Hey, paragraph 11, says this: Avaryan, a transgressor, she'avar gzerat hatzibur, who denies some of the determinations of the community, right? The community edicts. O she'avar avera, or a person who transgresses the laws of the Torah. Im lo niduhu nimneh leminyan asara. If he has not been expelled from the community, if he's not been put into a chayrim, then he's acceptable. Now this remarkable determination by the Shulchan Aruch is modified slightly by the Mishnah Berurah. And the Mishnah Berurah says this. Katava Pri Megadim, he says it's in the Pri Megadim, Dafka Aveira Shavar L'Te'avo. Of course, what are we talking about? We're talking about a person who feels that he can't live without this Aveira. He's got to eat the treif sandwich, he's got to work on Shabbos, he's got to make more money. All of that is called Te'avon. Avalahachis, Afilu B'Davarecha, but if he transgresses in order to anger heaven, so if he says, look, I know God wants me to keep Shabbos, but I'm not going to keep Shabbos. God wants me to eat kosher, but I'm not going to eat kosher. Not because I'm hungry. Not because it matters to me. I'm happy, to eat whatever I get. It doesn't matter to me. But I want God to be angry. And I want to be responsible for angering God. So the Pri Megadim says that if a person transgresses because he's weak, or because he feels he needs the money, or he has to live that kind of life, and that's all called the te'avon. But if he does it lahachis, to anger heaven, then of course you would not accept him as part of the minyan. In fact, the Pri Megadim says he's considered as a non-Jew. And just as a non-Jew is not added to the minyan, so too is he not added to the minyan. So that in modern times, we've established a kind of a liberal position. And we say that even people who seem to be set in their negative ways, set in their unpleasant ways, and even such people we can assume that if they had the opportunity, if they were able to rethink what they were doing and how they were living, would probably be happy to change their ways. In fact, the mere fact that someone comes to shul, to daven, and is prepared to accept the regimen of the people, of the shul-going public, that itself is an indication of where his heart really is. There are poskim who have applied these positions to being part of a minyan, to getting an aliyah, to to allow this kind of person to participate in what's going on in the Beit HaKnesset, in the Simcha, on the assumption that he's indicating his interest in being part of that Torah community, in spite of the fact that at the moment he's estranged from that community itself.